Myles Garrett officially has the NFL's single-season sack record. And side note, regardless of position, I think he's the best player in the NFL. He just happens to play for an absolutely putrid franchise. But how did we get here? This is a brief history of the single-season sack record. Sacks were not an official stat until 1982. We have accurate sack stats back to 1960, but nothing before that. And yes, Garrett owns the record with 23, but it's not that cut and dry, and I'll tell you why. In 1978, Lions rookie Al Bubba Baker recorded 23 sacks at the age of 22. A few years back, in fact, Pro Football Reference had called Bubba and told him he was the all-time single-season sack leader. Bubba should be in the Hall of Fame, but unfortunately all of his prime sack seasons came before 1982. So who was the first official single-season sack leader? That would be Minnesota Vikings defensive end Doug Martin. He led the league in 1982 with 11.5 sacks, but that was in only 9 games because it was a strike-shortened season. That would all change in 1983 when New York Jets wildman defensive end Mark Gastineau recorded 19 sacks. But in 1984, Gastineau would set the standard for sacks that would last nearly 2 decades. This season, he would record 22 sacks. This record would last until the last game of the 2001 season, but not without controversy. Gastineau to this day is still upset with Brett Favre and Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan would surpass him with 22.5 sacks that day. Gastineau believes that Favre took a dive for his friend Strahan. And quite honestly, he's not alone in that camp, and he believes that it shouldn't have counted as a sack. Though he showed class and grace in the moment, he still holds a lot of bitterness about the situation. But he really shouldn't be angry about it because in 2021, TJ Watt tied the record with 22.5 sacks. Watt's a great player, but I'm not going to spend too much time glazing him. Others take care of that plenty good on their own. If you ask Pittsburgh fans, the brothers Watt could stop world hunger if given the opportunity. But if you really want to do the comparison over who's better between TJ Watt and Myles Garrett, please don't make me laugh. This is big for an unk like me to say, but I already have Garrett comfortably in the top 10 of my defensive ends of all time. I guess my only critique of Garrett is that it was in 17 games. But if he wasn't double and triple teamed so often, he'd probably have 28 sacks right now.